Hello everybody, and welcome back to Frostpunk, and for the first time ever, welcome to Frostpunk 2. Now, the entire last 3 months have been me trying to build myself up, learning everything I can about Frostpunk 1 in order to reach a point where I'm able to actually play Frostpunk 2 and not be an absolute idiot at it the first time I come around. I am streaming this, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to turn up, but if you do, then welcome. I don't know what point you'll come across into this. Maybe it'll come up halfway through, but my plan is just to play through this as if I was recording it, so you guys kind of get the vibe, and also I'll release this as kind of more put together episodes so you guys can sit down and actually watch Frostpunk 2 go all the way through. Obviously, if anyone comes in and they can help tell me to adjust my volumes and stuff like that. But for now, we are going to jump straight into the story. Now, I know absolutely nothing about this, so I may leave it to run for a little bit. But the main plan here is to try and do well on my first ever attempt. I've not even read too much about this, to be honest, so we are going to see. Welcome to Frostpunk 2. Challenging game. Planning ahead is crucial. Failure is the normal part of the experience. Yep, I know, but the plan is not to. If you're a veteran of the original Frostpunk, I wouldn't say I'm a veteran, but I'm alright, or enjoy a challenge, you may try your luck with the officer or higher level difficulty. Otherwise, we suggest you start at citizen and take it one step at a time. Remember, it's not about all the times we fall, it's about how many times we get up, and I know that's the case, especially from the original game. So I'm going to press tick, and it looks as if we have got a full 6 set of things to do here, so we're going to jump straight in. They came upon the old machine as they always do. And when the whiteout hits, they must survive. This sounds like Frostpunk 1 in general. So here we go. I'm going to start with Citizen. I feel like as much as I'm confident with my abilities, thanks to my Frostpunk 1 time, I don't think I'm going to be able to do amazingly well straight away when it comes to the other bits and pieces in terms of officer, steward, and captain. So we're going to stick at the moment with Citizen. We're going to stay with the difficulty preset, which is good. We've got the economy, we've got weather down. We're just going to start with the easiest way. No way I'm doing survivor mode on my first ever attempt, which should be fine. In 1887, the world froze to death. Civilization crumbled. The failing British Empire built generators to support cities of evacuees. Cities that would become the last on Earth, whether huddled by a generator or out in the open frostland. Those that survived were shaped by the ordeal. 30 years later, all became very different people. Let's go. Okay, so the idea is after Frostpunk 1, we've survived Frostpunk 1, that's how this all went. By the way, if I keep glancing over there, that's because that is where the information, in case anyone is jumping onto the stream, is. But I'm treating this kind of as a recording situation anyway, so I'll probably just be talking at you, and I may not even realise if someone comes up, but that would be interesting to see, to say the least. If you come across this video in the future and would be interested in me recording more, then do let me know. Sorry, not recording more, streaming more. I record plenty. Then let me know. It'd be nice to find a good schedule that means that people kind of more frequently come along across this. That would be the kind of what I want to happen. So far we know we've got a few things that seem to be the same. Generator can be put into overdrive, significantly increasing heat output. It will strain it. Yep, I know. I've only ever used that once, and that was in the Endless one. I actually released today, my final Frostpunk 1 episode, for now. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point. Trust is the sum of your relations with all the committees, but it's also impacted by additional factors such as laws, buildings, and other things that I was not fast enough to read, to be honest, but we shall see. You can perform various actions with communities. You can give various executive orders in districts too. This sounds more complicated than Frostpunk 1, but we will understand and we will try to work out exactly how it all is working out, which should be very, very interesting. We're going to keep ourselves moving. Sorry it's taking so long to load. My computer, while it's being a very big champ in this regard, it is still building itself up to a point where it can play these sorts of games, even though it looks like it's frozen. I hope not. That would be embarrassing when I'm just started streaming, but we shall see how it all goes. Hopefully this should work out. Come on. Come on. It's the first time I've loaded the game, so here we are. Oh, I'm going to let it run. Here we go. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of opening salvo, so I'll leave that to run, and then we will get back into the game.
Can you hear us?
Captain!
Do you hear us?
Wow. Oh, is this me from the first game?
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire.
Cool shot, Big Ben.
Surround us.
This is more terrifying than anything else.
I held New London together.
So this is us from the first game, and how we're gonna take it forward from now.
United,
I'm guessing we're not playing the
we
same character.
survived 30 years of whiteouts.
Interesting. I'm not gonna skip.
The world around us is dead.
So I suppose we don't know really what happened to the other civilizations. So obviously we know what happened to Britain.
Right. Take it.
Wait, what? Oh, is the idea colonialism, expansion? I suppose when you've got no one left in the world, it makes sense. Investors. I want to know who this creepy woman,
Surviving
this creepy woman
not
is.
enough. We have to expand.
Do we?
After
I feel.
It's us who survived the end of the
How do we know that no one else survived? I feel like that's going to be something. We're going to encounter someone else. We have to. Interesting. Okay. Is that the end of the character's life? I'm gonna guess so. I'm gonna guess Frostpunk 1 is dead. This is a brand new challenge. Oh, yippee, my camera has broken. That is not fun. Give me 5 seconds and I will get this camera back up and running. If I can, that would be a really useful thing to do. That's my mic. Oh, bugger. When you try and do something and it just doesn't succeed in any way, shape or form. Okay, great. You know what I'm going to do? One moment. This is annoying. Do this, do this. There we go. Put that in front of that. Because that's now broken, and then I'll just add some text on it to say that that's broken. That's irritating as all annoyances. I need a new mic. New source. Cam broken. Annoying. Drag that down there. That's annoying. But we will go for it anyway. So, with that annoying technical issue out of the way, let us get started. The Wanderers. Prologue. We've been roaming the frozen desert for years. Many of us do not remember the world before the Great Frost. Now another whiteout is coming, and again we've reached the old machine. Again we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past we always made sure there were enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. Of course it is, because this game wouldn't be necessarily giving me an easy start now, would it? Oh, we've got another bit of a thing coming in. So are we going to start with a big city this time, as opposed to the normal ones, which is you get like 4, 5 different people, and it's just going to kind of build from there, which is annoying. I'm annoyed that my camera did break. Like, this is just cementing the fact that I need to buy a new one myself. But we are going to get started. Oh, okay, so is that Dreadnought? Dreadnought is how you transferred and got around in the original games, and so I think that this is going to be what we're gathering around. Prologue, the Wanderers. It seems like we're lacking a central point. Fight the cold. The old Dreadnought remains in pieces underneath the layers of snow, but the scattered wagons will still have raw resources inside. First, we must break ice to reach one of the oil wagons and construct an extraction district to use it. Okay. Oil wagon, extraction district. Both these things are new. Then we can turn on the Dreadnought's furnace to heat us. We will restart the furnace. Whiteout arriving in 88 weeks. Frost break to an oil wagon and construct an extraction depot. So this is the Dreadnought wreck. So this is the generator. I'm trying to learn this as I go. I've not actually touched this before, so we're going to see. Deactivated, no fuel. Okay, that's why we need the oil. That makes sense. So let us move over to one of these areas. That's an oil wagon. Frost break to an oil wagon. I want to kind of see what's going on here. Frost break area. Oh, okay. So this is now saying... So I'm going to want to frost break this. This is genuinely learning everything that I can. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm starting to understand a bit more. Let's move around. Let's keep it going. Okay, we've got all of these sections here. So we can go here, we can go here, and we can go there. So that kind of makes sense. So we're breaking the way to going for this. What does this say? Team of workers with heavy equipment breaking ice and preparing ground so the camp can be extended. Oh, okay, so this is kind of our camp, and we're now building our way over to this. Okay, I like this. This is expansion. I'm happy. So we're going to do this, and we're going to see how it all works. Do I have people anywhere? I don't feel like I do. This seems like I'm lacking stuff. Oh, I was in pause mode. That seems interesting. What's this saying? Construct districts. I can't really do much of this. Maybe if I build a housing district, what does this do? Construction, 100 workforce. I've got a lot of population, a lot of workforce, a lot of scraps, a lot of prefabs. I need to get some places for people to live and food. So if I get some of this up and running, I'm going to immediately go and... get a couple of those out, because this is probably enough for 10 people. Oh, 15. I think that's going to be enough for everyone then, and then I need to put a food district somewhere, even though I don't think I can really do that now. So let's keep moving. Let's see how it goes. Come on. Going to keep moving at a faster pace. I've moved as quickly as I can. We're already into week 4. Honestly, what is this? How is this working? I think I need to learn a bit more about this. Because this here, this groundbreaking there... How do I confirm it? If I do this, 1, 2, 3. Is there a... Oh, do I have to ground break all of it? Oh, I see. I have to do all 8 spots. That seems to make the sense. Okay, let's go for this. And we can see this is starting to clear now. We've dropped to a bit of a temperature, so now only minus 20, so we should be fine. So that is good. So now that's cleared. We can pause it up, and now this has become available. So we can go here, we can go to an expansion district, we can go there. Do I have to expand it to a certain size? Oh, I see. Okay, that's interesting. This is all very, very new to me, and I'm trying to learn it, and we'll see how it goes. So we've got our first district up and running, which means I now kind of want to make a housing district, which needs a 6. Okay, I'm going to build it here. This is my first ever attempt at playing this, so anyone who comes into this and is very confused about it, then that is why I'm currently doing what I'm doing. So I feel like this is the best thing. I'm going to need a housing district, and we're going to need this extraction district. The extraction district gets us oil, and the oil will then be used in the dreadnought, and we're going to have a housing district right next to the dreadnought in order to keep everyone who's living there warm. This is the closest I can get to this, so that's good. Now we need to turn on the thing here. Can I turn it on if I go to the generator? Do I have fuel? It says I have no fuel. So if I turn it on here, we are able to turn 20 into 40. Where can I see my fuel numbers? The furnace is on. We have enough oil to cover current needs. But the cold will still affect our people until they have proper shelter. Housing will protect us from the cold if built in close proximity to other houses, or the furnace itself. However, we need prefabricated parts for construction. We brought some with us. The rest we need to extract from the wagon wreckages. That makes a lot of sense. Very nice. So I'm building a first one all right. Next to each other, or the furnace to reduce heat demand. Okay, I've done the first one there. If I was to now go to here, what else? Frostbreak to a construction wagon and build an extraction district. This the extraction. Construction wagon is over here, so we're going to ice break our way over this direction. Can I get the entire way there? It looks like I can, which is good. I'm not sure how much I'm enjoying this new method at all, but we will see how it goes, and we'll kind of move on from there. This is a new style. I'm currently on the fence, actually. This housing district seems to be good. Have I got enough houses for everybody? I'm missing 15, so I do need to get another housing district up and running. So let's get one of these on the go. I want to keep it near enough this thing. Is blue hot? Blue seems hot, so I'm going to build one of these around this, I think, to keep it as warm as I can. And I think that that makes sense in order to keep everything close. I've now got this area which is breaking. What's this saying? Oil. All about oil. As the thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The carcass of this old machine is a testament to the hardships that made us, but more importantly, it's a haven in the storm. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and it will do so again. We have oil, we can turn on the furnace. Select the Dreadnought's rec to access furnace controls. Once turned on, the Dreadnought's furnace will automatically convert oil into heat. For anyone joining at the moment, I'm sorry, but my camera broke about 10 minutes into the stream, so I am now doing this completely without camera. But we still got the entire vibe of everything, and you should be able to hear me alright. Do let me know if you don't. The chat is on the screen for you. We're breaking through down here. We're starting this game for the first time ever. Frostpunk 2, having played a lot of Frostpunk 1. Okay, I paused it for a second because I want to see what's going on over here. There are a few people who are sick. We've got disease minor, we've got hunger minor, cold is notable because we are cold, and there is absent squalor. That's absolutely fine. As I was saying, this is the first time I've played Frostpunk 2, so I'm trying to learn it. And what I've learned so far is you have to break your way through a lot of the stuff in order to get to places. I've got an extraction here for getting ourselves some oil, and the total output is 60, and currently we've got a demand that is absolutely fine. We should have plenty to keep us going. There's another oil wagon back here. We're just about to break through this, which gives us the opportunity for this, so I can go back to my districts, go to an extraction district, and pick it up here as well, and get this, which is very good. There doesn't seem to be as much road building in this game, or as much city planning, as much as districts, because I suppose the idea is it's much more bigger size overall. I've kept as much as I can to keep these close. These should hopefully be nice and warm, but I don't know what I'm going to do here. We have established some heat and shelter for our people. We must now turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. That makes sense. First, we must frostbreak to the smaller patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible depots. I must move quickly so no one starves. Makes perfect sense. So let us now go here. So we've got some spaces over there. Is there anything over this way? It doesn't look like it. Oh, but I do have this side. So if I was to build my way there, and then build those three as well, this is our side on the other side of this bridge, I'm guessing, which seems a bit intense to actually try and do, but I'm going to go for it. We're going to build our way this way, which is very, very good. I feel like I may be not doing as much as I could be doing. Like, I feel like I've got enough workforce to do a bit more of all this. So if I was to ground break in this direction to get a second one of these up and running, I feel like that's a good idea, because then I can get another one of those on my go. And it seems as if we've got plenty of this. It's now food and materials. So I do need materials. How is this doing? I was about to say, this should produce something. I can go for the emergency shifts, which we do have availability for. We've got hubs. What can I do with the hubs? A food stockpile hub makes sense. So once that's done, I think that's where I'm going to have to do. Build a food frostbake to the fertile soil, which is over here. Then build something on it, and then it all kind of works out. Perfect. Move that down. Cool. Perfect. Cool. It does sound as if you can hear me. Alright, that is perfect for everything, because otherwise I'm going to get into a situation where I'm adjusting settings again, which I don't particularly want to do. It's just irritating that my camera died very, very quickly. So we're going to break through to here. I'm then going to focus our efforts, I think, over here on getting a... Now that this is open for us, we're going to get a food district, which is just going to be nice and there on the side. And then we'll be able to build... I think we want to build a food stockpile hub, like, next door to it. Which gives, I think, fewer... Oh, it gives a lower work requirement. If I do that, that's perfect. Yeah, let's build that there, then. I'm a bit concerned about what I'm actually needing to do in terms of building things, but I'm hoping that this will give a vibe overall of how... I'm starting to learn, I think. Now this is cleared as well, we're going to build another extraction district over here, just to make sure we're on top of the coal production. And we've got plenty of other things. So now we've done this. This should be up and running, which is very good. Now this is the final thing, and then it's going to probably ask me to build the hub, I think. 2 more people registered at sick. Prepare for the whiteout. We have secured our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the winter whiteout forces take us for shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demand. So that's 8. So I probably just need 1 more then. This seems to be a relatively straightforward situation. There is one over in this direction as well, which probably should be the next step. If I build it in that direction, then this side is going to be our food side, and this side is going to be our coal and... No, this... what's it called? Not coal. It's going to be our oil and our materials side. So overall, this is starting to be alright, actually. I'm starting to learn how this is all working. I'm not quite sure. It's a very, very different game so far to Frostpunk 1. And that is something that is a little bit of a surprise to me. When I came into this thinking that it was going to be a much along the same lines with expansion and all this sort of stuff, I wasn't expecting districts. I wasn't expecting anything along these lines. And this is my entire new kind of way of looking at things then. It's going to be an entire new way of learning how to play the game, but hopefully that should be fine. Breaking through this, we have almost done on this side, which should be enough then to help us stockpile the food. So we're going to focus here on another food district. 1, 2, 3, I think. No, actually, I like keeping it... Oh, I accidentally said okay to that. So I'm going to make another food stockpile hub right about there, which should be good to keeping all of these guys up and running. I've got a good workforce, actually. I've got an availability of that. We can see how much is in each of the districts as well. Okay, that's quite interesting. So we've got 1230 employed, and we've got 716 available still. So that could put me in a situation where I'm going to run out at some point. So I'm currently looking at what else I can get. I kind of want to build a materials stuff. So I feel like if I could get a way of making materials, it would be good. Especially considering I'm about to get a positive in terms of food. I'm just thinking, because I've already got some materials over here. There's materials over here. Anything on this side still? Or did I get the one thing that was there? That's fair. What's this? Prefabs, more oil down there. I feel like this is a slightly different look, but I feel like... maybe I should build more houses or something, but I feel like this is fine, because otherwise I don't need more houses. I'm stuck in a situation where I don't want to overexert my abilities. So this is so far interesting. I've got my 2 lovely housing districts right close to my heater, which is hopefully still doing well. We've got a plus 25, it seems. The furnace is there, and we're extracting 120. Good, we're getting a positive amount there. We've got scraps, and we've got prefabs. I need to work out what we're doing next. So this should up and running, which is good. What's this saying? Our first actual choice of the game. This could be interesting. Pouring sand in his hands. Gardener, Finan Kel 42. We've been here so many times, the soil is depleting. A couple more and there'll be no point erecting the hothouses. There'll be nothing to grow food on. And the yield is so low. Either we pull emergency shifts or tighten our belts, otherwise there may not be enough for everybody. We might not be able to fill food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking wanderers to tighten belts or instill emergency shifts in the food districts. So, in this way, I could definitely go for the emergency shifts. I think I'm going to go for this. I don't know where my trust is right now. That's good. So we're going to do this. Trust. Let's have a look at what it says about trust. Okay, it says at the bottom, many consider your relations with everyone when they feel sick or die. Low trust. Despised, tolerated, accepted, respected, and revered. Nice. So I feel like that's now at the bottom here, and I am currently tolerated. You know what? I'm more than happy to be tolerated, especially considering this is coming up and running, and look at how much we're getting now. That should be fine. We're getting 48, is that 48 a day? 48 a day. That should be fine to build this up. What's this saying? Against the elements. Each day the wind grows fiercer, relentless. It beats against our building, weakening our structures gust by gust. Without raw materials to repair the damage, our districts will deteriorate. Interesting. The more we know, the more material we will need. This is the world we know. Let's gather some more materials if we can. Build an extraction ditch on a maintenance wagon. Extract enough materials to satisfy demands. That is the plan. There is one over there and there is one over there. So I'm actually going to build 4. I could go 5, 6, 7 and then start in this direction as well. And then I kind of want to do this. I can't quite get there yet. I think that is the best plan because I can't really get down this direction too quickly. Yeah, I think my plan is to get this one and then this one. So that should be fine. We're breaking all that frost, but we are increasing our numbers here. We do need to sort this all out. Instruct the... I'm not going to instruct them to tighten their belts right now. I feel like I've got enough to do one thing. We're going to go for an extraction district and bring that in there, which should be very helpful. A tick on that. And then we're going to break this way. 1, 2. It has to be connected to this section, it seems. Maybe I'll expand it to be a bit more thorough. Or I could start to make my way around this way. Like, that seems sensible to me. Let's do that. I think that is good. And then we'll move ourselves further on. Which is very good. Ah, nice. We're building our way as fast as we can into getting through this tutorial level, which is very, very good. Nice. That's up and running. We've got emergency shifts up and running there. We're doing a lot of stuff. What is this saying? About the Dreadnought. A seamstress, Treya Cleghorn. Good name, good name. My knees ache, my fingers are so stiff I can't hold the needle anymore. I've lived a full life. It warms my heart to see little Betty and Jacob play by the evening fire, but maybe this is it. I've talked with the other elders. If it comes to it, we will go. I won't let my grandchildren starve. Some people are ready to sacrifice themselves. Jesus, I don't want to do that. So actually, a moment, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to see if I can work out how to get the... If I was to click on this... I can say people to tighten their belt. I could ask for favors to take scraps. Those not working should donate their saved scraps. And I can return scraps if I wanted to. Right now, I don't need to do anything. I feel like I'm doing all right. We've got 48 weeks to try and do all of this. And I'm about to get ourselves very, very close to another X section. Enough materials. Perfect. We now got... See, look, this is what we needed to do. We've broken up this area. We're getting all this. We do need to think about oil, though. What's this saying? Do we have any oil coming in here? We do, but we need more oil for a lot of things. What's this saying? This is nearly depleted, so that is going to be a problem, so I'm glad I've got this next one up and running immediately. So we're going to go for extraction district. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. So that means that if I can get a... I don't know if I can get, in this method, the other hub, but that would be very, very helpful. Getting this up and running would be good, and then we can kind of move ourselves on from there. Heat demand is increased, which means we've lost a lot of heat there, which means I now need to think about coal. Oil, I mean. Mysterious symbol, the captain's legacy. One of our Frostbreaken crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads, New London Scout 3rd Platoon, and he bears an obscure insignia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organisation, while others argue it has religious significance. Maybe you've heard of this New London before and can settle the debate. I see. This is my choice now, whether or not I want to be order or faith. Let's go for order. I think that I'm going to start with order and see how it all goes. City of discipline that follows strong leadership where militant squads keep the peace. This will create a community... a continuity in which New London has embraced order to survive. Oh, I see. I'm actually just saying what happened in the past. That's interesting. I quite like that idea, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for... faith here. I'm going to say, actually, that they did a lot of faith in order to do it, which is good. So now this is up and running. We're getting a lot of materials. I do need to now think about going... I was about to say, is that 590 available? It is. Good, because I want to head down here to this one now. Because I can get to this, which is very, very good. What's this saying? Shocked at the sight of seals. Seals, I can't believe my eyes. We haven't seen them since before the Great Frost. How did they survive? There's enough meat there to feed everyone. We're saved. But should we slay them if the Lord spared them from the end of the world? Okay, I feel like we're doing all right here. I don't think I want to do that just yet. We're focusing on this right now to get ourselves down here. Is this the seal colony? That is the seal colony. Right now we're focusing on this. And I think my other thing is going to be to just try and pull myself over to here. Actually, that's not useful. Right now, what's useful would be to carry on this direction. Or is that also a seal colony? Oh, no, that's just fertile soil. Let's head for that afterwards. Nice. Let's go for this, and then we'll get some more oil on the go, because everyone currently is very, very unhappy. If I look at the generator, it's currently at a low and too low. I see. Okay, so it's not about having enough to make sure it all works. It's more about... having enough that you can put it to a high enough temperature. I've got 34 weeks, and I'm currently getting some a day. I kind of feel like I do need to get more food. I feel like I've got 2 on the go now. What's this saying? The whiteout draws near. The people in camp are getting tense. They worry we won't gather enough food in time. Our hunters blame us for ignoring the seal colony and claim they would have been able to provide enough food for everyone. It's too late for that now. Many elders have volunteered to walk out into the Frostland rather than be a burden on society. Their sacrifice would significantly reduce the rations we need for the whiteout. What should we do? Oh, so I'm not going to say... I think we shouldn't. We're not going to exhort to restraints. I feel like we are able to do that. I need to get a lot more. It says stockpiles will be ready in 93 weeks at the current rate. If I was to turn this one on to emergency shifts, it'd be 75 weeks. The target is now to bring this down as quickly as physically possible. There is one over here, so let's charge as much as we can to get to that. That fertile soil is perfect, and we're going to do that, which is good. I also feel like I've got enough people to go down here. We need a bigger workforce. This is interesting. Okay, good to know. Kind of want to get this up and running, but we are focusing our efforts now on districts. Can I make one of these? I do have enough. Good. So we're going to put one of these guys on here to make sure this is working and bring it round here. It does feel a bit as if we have not been given enough to sort this all out. Maybe I should be focusing a bit more on other things, bits and pieces. Hello. Hello, Oxo. Thanks for joining. Apologies that the camera is broken. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright, thanks. This is an interesting thing to be streaming on my first ever attempt at a new game. It's a bit of an interesting one. We shall see. I don't think this is going to go particularly well for me as in this first one. I think I need to be a bit more on top of things. We've got 66 weeks at the current rate, which is going to be interesting to say the least. But at least we now have got a much closer amount of heat, which is good. What's this saying? We're about to run out of food there, which is interesting to say the least. I need to be a bit more on top of all this. We need more prefabs, which means I need to go over this direction to get them. Ah, okay, I'm learning. I'm learning. Never happens in this first time, does it? Which is interesting. Let's break through this. I was about to say I could even go down here and get this colony up and running. I feel like we should as well. So if I was to break through down here, what was I going to do? Do I not have enough? I need to click on this and then this, don't I? We're going to go over here and get this seal colony, I'm afraid. I think it's going to have to be the case that we do it. Oh, wow, that's a blast from the past. I remember that as well. That's kind of like 5 or 6 years ago, I'm thinking at this point. That series, Oxo. It's been a long, long time. I need a lot more prefabs to sort it out, but I do have a construction district which can go over here. We can turn that on and it all should be working. Oh, very good, very good. This one's also running out, which means we are not going to make it. Maybe I'll try this one again. I think this should be all right to start again, because I've reached a point where, well, I don't know, this seems like that's run out, and it's now going to take me 1,000 weeks to do. With 6 weeks to go, I have failed so much. Here we go. No resources for further construction. We don't have enough prefabricated components, making further construction impossible. There may be some prefabs left in one of the construction wagons. If not, I know I've gone for this already. Oh, can I? Does it say I can destroy this? Oh, I see. So if I was to destroy this one, I would be able to get the prefabs what I needed for everything else. So I would have done this and this. Okay, okay, okay. Very, very good. I feel like I'm stuck in a situation right now where this is all kind of going too far. We've only got 5 weeks and it's not sort of running too much. Let us go. And we failed. The whiteout happened. It hits us for minus 165. I don't think this is entirely possible at all in any way, shape or form, to be honest. But we can see. It's going to smash overall. I've realised I've failed miserably here. I don't actually remember that, Oxo. I do remember there being... I do remember you mentioning that was a thing, but I don't remember it ever kind of coming up. So maybe I, at that point, wasn't looking through my comments well enough, but I apologise for that. When the Whiteout hit the camp, the Wanderers were forced to take shelter within the broken dreadnought. They huddled together while the howling winds buffeted the rusted whale. Husted hull. As the storm continued, it became clear that there was not enough food. Some sacrificed themselves to give their share to their families. Others tried to control the stockpile. The Wanderers did not survive. Perhaps in another life, I think I'm going to have to try again. Overall, that was the first attempt, and it didn't necessarily go as badly as I thought. I do admit that in the situation that it says continue, I don't think that's going to be a continue. I think this is going to be a start again, I think. Because I failed brutally that first time, and now we are going to try again. Here we go. I think I'm going to go for a new story, because otherwise it's just not going to go too well, and we're going to start. The Wanderers, I want to survive. I want to get that first tutorial level done without having to worry too much. And hopefully then we can see how the game develops from that point on, once I've actually learned how to do things. Because honestly, going in this blind without a tutorial maybe have not been the smart at all, but yeah. Yeah, no, I do get what you mean, Oxo. It's very much one of those games that is... It's hard to get into as Frostpunk. Especially given, look at this, I started this game and I'm immediately kind of hit hard with how bad it... How hard it is. Not how bad it is, it's a really good game, actually. But how difficult it is, and I've failed on the first attempt. But that's how it works. We're learning together. We're going to learn how to play this game if it bloody well kills me. And I'm going to make sure that I eventually reach a point where I can get through this game, make challenge videos, and be amazing at Frostpunk 2. Obviously, I realised after having downloaded it today that it was, yeah, that's probably a good idea to go for a... It is probably worthwhile going for some desperate measures, considering I last time... What's the word? I don't like going for desperate measures. I feel like I work so hard to try and avoid it, but eventually it does happen overall. Is it? Isn't? I suppose it makes sense that this Frostpunk is on a 90% sale, especially considering that this has just come out literally today. Although those people who bought the impressive one was able, not the impressive one, the deluxe edition, was able to then take it and play it like 3 days ago, which is a thing. I am going to skip this opening thing where we hear about the creepy lady who kind of goes over all of this. What's this saying? Save the seals, not the elderly. So I should send the elderly off into the distance and then keep the seals, to be very nice and safe. I feel like that would not go down well in an actual scenario like this. But I'm gonna, you know what? You've asked me to, so we're gonna sacrifice the elderly. That seems to be the case. Well, you know what? We'll see how it all goes. At least now I'm able to understand what's going on. I can pause the shape thing immediately, and we can start with my plan to actually get through things a bit quicker. So I think with both of this, I can reach both in the first construction, which is actually something that I hadn't done before. First one, I was spending far too long trying to understand what this was. I also want to immediately get the housing districts, because there's only 30 people that I need space for. So we're going to immediately go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. If that will work, it does take a moment to load sometimes, and then we're going to build a second one immediately as well to keep them as happy as Larry. Oh, I just don't have the people to do it, so we're going to immediately go. There's me starting it up completely overall. I don't actually have a Discord server. It's one thing that a few people have asked me, but I do not really do Discord. I need to maybe get better at that sort of thing. But, you know what? It's something around the vibe. Oh, that works. Perfect. Yeah, it's not something I've really thought about too much. So, I feel like I'm already in a much better position now that these two are already open. So, we're going to go for an expansion district. I don't think I can reach down there. Oh, I clicked yes, okay, but I think I've done a mistake here. Unless I can fit in immediately another one. Ah, I do have the space for it. Nice. Good. That's what we want to do. We want to maximize the efficiency with the things that we're placing overall. Because I feel like in a bit of a... In the first one, I just wasn't efficient at all. Because like, I'm already 79 weeks in. That's good. We've now got both of these up and running, which is very, very good. For those of you who are just joining us, I played a lot of Frostpunk original, and my plan is to try and learn how to play Frostpunk 2 just by throwing myself into the deep ends. I've never played it before, not looked up anything, and so my plan is to just work all of this alright. Let us see. So we've got the Dreadnought. I do need to turn the Dreadnought on. That is something that I do need to remember to do. That's perfect. Nice and up and hot for everybody to do. And then I also need to then focus my expansion in this direction. Yes, we need to go over here to these areas here. I was about to say there's no reason to expand more in this direction apart from the fact that I can't really go anywhere else. So I'm going to build that as an expansion area. And then I need to start thinking about food. I want to start thinking about food a lot quicker than I did last time. I think I may head down here to try and go this direction. Given that I've been under strict orders to try and save the seals this time, I'm going to try and do that. I keep forgetting that you don't need to click on that. You just click there and then chase this around this way. Where's the food gone? I was about to say, if I do this... Oh, there is no food there. It's all on this side. That's the thing. I got distracted there. Okay. If I go here... Let's see. If I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Not quite enough, but then that will give us a good springboard over to this one as well. So we're going to go for that as well. We're going to try and clear out as much space as we can, as quickly as we can. Good. So that's now operational. and we can move ourselves over to putting an extraction district right here. We're keeping all these extraction districts together. I don't know if that's a benefit of any description, but overall this seems to be alright. Thank you very much. Cool. Very, very nice. That's now all sorted, which is very, very good. We can now get a first food operational here, which is very nice. We will build that. Did I actually build that? No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And then on this side, I need to go immediately and bring through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to build that as well, which is very, very good. Good, 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 good. We're starting to move ourselves in a much better scenario, and I'm going to be ready to start producing food very, very quickly. Yep, I know we're going to want to start making food. We need to break some fertile soil, which I've already got 2 of, and we're about to build a food district, which is amazing. Good. So now this one over here as well is now built, so I can immediately go here and build a food district as well. I'm going to want to do food district, go 1, 2, 3, because then we can immediately also go for our hubs, which I'm going to need some prefabs for. That's interesting. How many prefabs am I going to need? Probably quite a few, but I've got the opportunity now. Sorry to click out of that for a second. We're going to go and frost break. Oh, no, what am I going to do? They've returned to work. I'm not really paying attention to the illness. I don't think that is necessarily something that is thrown into you at this situation in the tutorial. I think they try their hardest to make it a little bit easier overall. So that's materials. There are some prefabs over here which I think may be very, very useful for me to have. So I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to start my build down here as well. Welcome to a few new people if they have joined. We are currently playing through Frostpunk 2. I played a lot of Frostpunk 1, and so I'm trying my hardest to build myself a knowledge base in Frostpunk 2 by simply playing and being thrown at the deep end and just trying to work it all out. So we're now going to see how it all works out. We've been here for so many times the soil is depleting. A couple more and there will be no point erecting the hothouses. There'll be nothing to grow food on, and the yield is so low. This is telling me to go for emergency shifts or to tell people to tighten their belts. Now, these are the 2 choices, and I'm immediately going to go for the emergency shifts because I've got enough of my protections now to sort this all out. And I think that we need to make sure that we are focusing our efforts on all of this. Because I really want to build one of these, which I do have enough for now. I think that... Ooh. I feel like that is good. That's a good spot in the middle for one of them. Because I don't want to waste my resources when it comes to actually building multiple of these. So we've frostbroken over here, so we can now immediately go and build an extraction district. We require more prefabs. I am running low on prefabs. That is something that is definitely the case. How do you get prefabs? I'm getting 20 per week, that is overall. Which is very, very good. Very, very nice. Interesting. Let's go into here. This is the symbol time. We get to find out what happened in the original game. So in the original game, you either get to choose order or you get to choose faith. That is kind of how it works. So I'm going to say that they chose faith in the old one because that was normally my go-to, and it sees as it works. Let's go here, which is very, very interesting. Very, very nice. Let us see how it all goes. One moment. Perfect. So let us now keep ourselves moving. We're going to try and get some more of this. We've now got the opportunity to get some prefabs being constructed over there. Is that the only one I can build right now? I could make another one and get some more materials, which may help. Eventually this one should run out over here, but we're going to see how it all goes. We're up to 86 weeks. I think we could, if I focus my efforts, get over to here. And get this one operational, which is good. We'll focus on that, which is nice. And we can then see how it all goes. We're going to go into here. We can promise to gather more materials. Yeah, we will do, because that's going to tell us to ask us to build one more. And we've already done it. Perfect. Trust is rising. We are still just tolerated, but you know what? That's what we're going to have to be for a while. So this one was the one that was actually being sorted. And we're now breaking through here, which gives us yet another one. What's this saying? Seamstress, they're ready to sacrifice themselves. That is fair enough, but we are going to try and avoid that if we can. We've got another food district over here, which means I can go 1, 2, 3 and get that built, which should give us a bit more of a movement. I think we have got enough movement here. We're going to spin around. Can I get all the way around to this? I can. Very nice. We're going to build around here, and we're going to see how this all goes. Very, very nice. I feel like we're doing all right this time. This time things seem to be a bit more satisfactory overall. So let us keep ourselves moving. That is very nice. Very, very good. Good. So now that's set up. We've got that built. I could start to think about this maybe. Another food district down here, which is good. And then I'm going to try my hand at getting as much of the hubs as I can sorted. Is this the seals thing? I did promise that I was going to save the seals, so we are going to save the seals. This seal colony will be remaining alive in my stead, but we are going to try and build ourselves as hard as we can these food districts. 43 weeks, we'll do it in time. Oh my goodness, here. We're actually doing it plenty of time. 28 weeks. This is how you do this. What's this saying? Oh, okay, we've increased the heating demand, which means I should probably... I mean, first and foremost, this is getting destroyed a lot earlier this time, because last time I spent far too long dealing with this. So that's being destroyed. Down here, did I actually expand my frost breaking here? I need a much bigger workforce to do that, but that's being destroyed, and we can then sort it all out. There we go. Is there anything else to think about? It's probably the coldness is the problem, but I should be able to get my enough materials. I need a lot more workforce, but most of my workforce are working in a lot of locations. So if I build some of this... Ah, this is going to be a problem. I was about to say, I need to get some of these in, like, next to them, don't I? But first and foremost, we're going to need to get this up and running. I can build one there and tick on that. Do I have enough for another one? I do. So we're going to put another one there and get this up and running. Give us a few more people to try and get our numbers up as much as we can. Overall, it seems to be all right, which is good. We're getting ourselves through all of this, and it seems to be working quite well. I may actually do this I may actually make this without having to do too much. There may be a game mode, like a rule to try and avoid using the emergency shifts, but you know what? I've had to use them this time. Is this now run out? Deactivated. No access to a resource deposit. How's that worked? I was about to say, you should have it. Is that because of the cold, maybe? I feel like we've done all right, though. These food sections is giving us enough spots to sort it all out. What's this saying? Into the black, burying the dead. Ah, we mourn those have recently passed, as is our custom. We take them to the oil pits. That's a weird custom, but that's interesting. We gently lower their bodies into the thick blackness. The fuel that keeps us warm in life likewise preserves us in death. But death also erodes trust in our leaders. Without trust, there is no future. That is very fair. However, we are doing all right. We are tolerated, which is the best that I can be asked for at this point, especially considering we need to stockpile. In 4 weeks, we'll have what we need, and I may have actually succeeded here. This is not currently working, which is interesting, but everything else is up and running, which feels good. I feel like I've done some good stuff. I can't do this because I need a bigger workforce. I don't think there's really a way of increasing my workforce in this situation, so we're going to just try our hardest to keep itself moving. Overall. And honestly, given that the first one, in the first game, in Frostpunk 1, I tried my hardest to sort this out as much as I can to make it so that I'm able to get through the first entire scenario. But overall, I feel like 45 minutes, which is what it will have taken here, is going to be a... what's it called? A situation. Is a situation that is a lot better than I was in the past. So we've now got what we need here, but once these die... Actually, as long as it's increasing, as long as we have a positive here, it should work. So now I can go here, and we can dismantle this. Yes. Part of me thinks that maybe because I blocked it here, that's the problem. I do have now the ability to do this, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to build one of this here, and I'm going to build around this as well, to try and expand a way around of getting everything as thing is. That's my current plan. We should be able to do this, though. We've got everything kind of sorted. Is this now... this says it's got no access as well to a resource depot. What does that mean? How do I fix this? Deactivated. No access to a resource depot. I think I do have resource depots. This would also clearly be my resource depot, I'm guessing. Is there a way of breaking some stuff around here, maybe? Do I need to maybe do this? Maybe that should help. Maybe frost breaking that way round should be a way of clearing it all up. But I was about to say, this seems to be a way of, dealing with the situation. Where are we? What's the problem here? I don't understand. If someone knows, if someone's played this game enough, please let me know. Because this is definitely something that is a bit interesting, to say the least. I'm not quite sure. I think we now just wait until... we'll wait until the whiteout comes and see what happens. Maybe I'll be able to keep moving from this point onwards. We're going to go at a relatively slow pace in case anything comes up. And we'll see how it all goes. Perfect, perfect. We'll see how this all goes, and we are going to keep ourselves moving. We've got 2 weeks. No, I am going to speed it up to 3, just because there's not really much to do. We've got the stockpile. We're actually getting abundance of materials as well, even though this is not working, and neither is this one down here. It's less than a week, and we're going to see this going up and running, and we should be able to get through this overall, which is very good. Very, very nice. The Wenthout is here. Preparations are over. Let us see how it all goes. So is this just now playing through it? Because I feel like I actually do survive this one this time. No, it does go into a cutout. A cutout? What's it called? Cutaway. It's vibe. But overall, it's going alright. Good. When the Whiteout hit the camp, the Wanderers were ready. Everyone was thankful we acted fast and gathered enough food in time. The miracle of the seal colony strengthened our hope that the journey will lead to a promised land. Our elders have added this story to our great tales, alongside warnings about a sinful city that still pumps smoke into the sky. Interesting, we survived. So these are the non-vibe over here overall. We survived. And we've done it. The first of our 6 scenarios we have actually done. We survived the end of the world. We survived the end of the world, as it says. Here we go. What is this all about? I feel like we're zooming up and we're seeing a crevice in the snow. Is this a... No, for a second there I thought that was an entire, like, stream of oil coming from the second city. For those who have just joined, I have just beaten the first one, which is the tutorial. Probably should have been a lot easier than I made it to be. I did have to redo it once. But welcome to Frostpunk 2. Now, this is my... I'm trying to learn how to play this game by throwing myself in the deep end, and it is working. The old captain is dead. New London is weak. Food is low. Overpopulation looms. Coal is running out. It's not as if they're giving me an easy challenge here, is it? They could have given me a little bit of a good thing to hand over to me, but we'll see. People yearn for a future worth dreaming of, but is it the same for everyone? We'll see how it goes. Keep the city together. The seals were the answer. Of course they were, exactly. The seals were the answer, in fact. I managed to get through it with saving the seals, and I mean, that may set me in good stead for the rest of the game, or hold its hand on the deathbed. Thanks. Giving me that feeling. But we're out of the prologue. We're now into Chapter 1, Scraping the Barrel. Nothing about this is filling me with confidence. The captain is dead. As he weakened, growing divisions brought city maintenance to a grinding halt. Now, New London is left to suffer the consequences. As steward, it is your charge to lead, but you must prove yourself. The overcrowded city is low on resources. Use this warmer year to build more shelter, secure coal, and power the generator back on. So this is the current plan. Let's get to work. Perfect. Very, very nice. So the generator is disabled. Construct new housing districts to address the lack of shelter. Frostbake to a shallow coal seam and construct an extraction district. Cool, pause. Good, we're going to start by thinking about this. We've got the districts, we've now got a lot more districts, so that's relatively interesting. We've got housing, food, extraction, which we already had. Industrial, process materials into prefabs or goods, perfect, and logistics. Sends charting expeditions to the Frostland, and transport resources between the city and its colonies and outposts. Perfect, that sounds like something that we're going to need to do. We've also got some buildings. We've got a research institute and a council hall. Seat of the council, where delegates representing the city's inhabitants discuss and enact laws. That could be quite good to have. I was about to say, this in here seems to be interesting. If I look here, housing, a research institute. Facility dedicated to coming up with technological and sociological solutions to large-scale problems. Unlocks the idea tree. I feel like I need to get that relatively sorted out. Let us go. Let's get one of these up and running. Can I actually put it anywhere? It doesn't look as if I can right now. So first and foremost, we're going to follow what the instructions are saying, which is going to be to go and Frostbreak to... Ooh, there's a lot of food over here. A lot more interesting stuff here. Okay, interesting. So I could go up this way, shelter from wind, that's good to know. Then I can start to move out to this way. These are shallow coal streams. We're going to immediately go over here and try and get this up and running. It should be very, very good. Nice. So we've moved off in that direction. We now need to turn on the generator, but I think I'm going to need to get some more housing up and running first. So if I go for a housing district, I should be able to fit... ooh, you know what? I feel like I need to do it this way, right? There we go. I feel like that is good because it's sheltered from the wind, so I'm keeping it all relatively close in, which should be the best plan of action overall, which is good. And I need to build one on this other side maybe as well. Is this where I can put one in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that seems to be all fully sheltered from the wind, so we're going to go for that as well and keep that up and running. We then need to look at this. The generator is disabled, but I currently actually can't seem to click on it. Here we go. Central District. Generator, I can't turn on because I need some fuel. That's what we're going to get over here. And we're going to move ourselves in a good direction. We've got 8,000 people. We've got plenty of workforce right now. So I think we should be able to kind of move ourselves in the right direction. We've got enough space to do both of this, I think. And I can bring a lot of this closer in. Eventually, I'll be able to expand most of that back there. But we're going to focus our efforts on this. So we'll have that up and running. And then once that started working, we should be able to build up our... what's it called? Our generator usage. So we've got one of the housing districts, we've got both of the housing districts, which is good. We're now losing heat fast, which means we're going to start by setting this up. And we start to see some pipes forming. That's fun. I think that now I can turn this on. Good. Perfect. We've actually got a working generator straight away. This seems to be pretty good. Great. Nice. Good work, Steward. We have secured a new coal deposit. It is the last vein in New London. Part of the last vein. There are still some deposits left, but they won't last for long. We need to improve our mining to use it efficiently, but the city's communications are voicing different ideas about how to do it. We need to decide whose ideas are worth improving. We must choose a solution. Interesting. So let us pause for a second and we can look at our different options. We can expand the... We need to expand an existing housing district. We need to build a research institute, research an idea for new coal mines, and construct the newly researched building in the excavation district. So, if I go to buildings and go for this, I can... Oh, I see. So you would need to build this inside one of these sections. Is that how it works? I'm trying to understand this. Research Institute. Where does it say? Because this is the location there. Can it go in the central district? I don't... If anyone has played this game, please do let me know how it works. Because it doesn't seem to be working to put things in anywhere. Which is interesting to say the least. Especially considering a lot of this stuff is being sorted out. How do I do this? Expand an existing housing district. So if I click here, can I expand? Oh, okay, so this improves a building slot, which means I need to actually... Because that is now going to... Near extraction district is going to increase the squalor, but I think I need to do it. And I need to expand out as much as I can. It seems as if there is a lot of different rules to follow here, which I'm learning. We're going to do that, and we're going to expand all this. We'll get that all sorted up and running, which is very, very nice.
All your adoring letters.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Very good. Perfect. That's now sorted. We can now go here, and we now need to expand this, actually. So we're going to expand this to there. And that also gives us the space for a building. So it's telling us the order in which to do things as well. So I should be able to do this relatively quickly. So with that running through, we can now start to do this. And we can now place down this research institute. And it's being built. I see. Okay, so you have to build districts in order to build things in the districts. Very nice. We can now research new ideas. So if I click on this... Yeah, okay, great, thanks. Rush researchers, that seems to be the thing. The housing district here. Squalor is not great, but I think like we can sort out all of this. So if I click on this now, the small crowd gathers outside the new research institute. Very nice. You can use... Okay, you know what? Yes, I will let you guys choose the new idea, depending on whether or not it's actually a new idea, because it seems to be the... Just wants me to do the coal mine. That may be my only choice in this matter, but we will see. If there is a choice, you guys can choose. Small crowd gathers outside the new research institute, arguing about how to exploit the latest coal mines. The Faithkeepers and New Londoners want to lean on machine-powered mining, but the Frostlanders would have us pursue a more frugal solution. There is a choice. Here we go. We will show the options. Show the options. Nice. The idea tree. With new ideas to move forward... We need new ideas to move forward. However, different communities may propose diverging answers to the same issue. They will only pursue solutions that align with their worldview. Choosing a community to develop an idea will improve your relations with that community. Our choices, it seems, are... We've got coal mines, housing installation. If I click on coal mines, I then have to go for one of these three. Okay. So, dust coal mining. Constructing extraction. Mining operations where residue coal dust is sucked up and compressed into briquettes to make maximum use of the resource. Who is saying this? This is the Frostlanders, neutral, no one else shares this idea. This is saying the Faithkeepers blasting coal mines. Operation using explosive drilling to rapidly exploit. And this one is also the blasting. So the choice is, and it's up to you guys to decide, do you want me to go for the blasting coal mine or do you want me to go for the dust coal mine? I'll give you a few minutes to try and decide, but they will let you know. Any options? Any options? Come on, guys. Give me a choice. We shall see how it all goes. Explosives are fun. Okay, yeah, I get that. Anyone else want to weigh in? I'll give another, 15 seconds to see if anyone else wants to weigh in. If not, then, Lexingtons, you have got the choice, which is to explode the wasteland. Of course, that's not going to come back and bite us in any way, shape, or form. But we shall go with it. We will go with the blasting coal mines and see how it all works out. Very, very nice. Doesn't seem as if anyone's got any other alternative ideas. We're going to go straight away and we are going to blow it up. Great, we've researched the idea. Is that going to take some time? How does this work? Oh, okay, it takes a little bit of time to sort out, and then we need to construct the new building in a extraction district. I feel like this must have space for it, if I was honest. Or do I need to expand? Because I could expand it this way. I feel like my best plan of action is actually just to try and get as much of this up and running as I can. Good, I'm going to set this one up as much as I can. Quickly and efficiently getting a coal situation under control. We've already started to research our explosive coal mines, but we're going to see how it all goes on from that point onwards. Good. Oh, there's something to be said out in the middle. A child is born. I feel like that never happens in Frostpunk 1, I don't think. No, this is the first time we're going to have an expanding population by actual children. People gather around the generator tower as it wakes with a thundering shudder and bestows heat upon us yet again. This is the heart of the city, our last line of defense against the cold, our first hope for the future, any future. Steward, there are a couple who say their first child, a daughter, was born at the exact moment the generator sprang to life. Nice. They called her Lily May. They ask that you bless her. You gave us back hope. Thanks to you, our child may have a future yet ahead of her. Very well. Perfect. That is very, very nice. I wonder if that will increase, considering there is a much smoother situation here. Is that, we've got 760 weeks. That is years. So kids should be able to become adults and become working, which actually feels pretty good. In terms of what else is wanting to do, I want to get another extraction district up, because I feel like I could get one of these here to be nice and sorted out. And then I could expand it in that direction as well. I feel like I want to get this one to be my new coal mines, because I feel like that is a much better location overall than what I could be having over here, which is very, very good. Nice, nice, nice. What's this? I keep jumping away too much. A priestess, Deacon Grace, praying to the generator. Such relief to have you back on. O holy generator, provider and sustainer, our light, our heart, our shining beacon, hear our prayer. Make us instruments of your light, that we may fill the hearts of our flock with your radiance, and forever fight against the cold of the frost. May you forever warm our hearts. The generator is revered. This is a little bit creepy, I'm totally honest about this. So let us go for this. Let us move. Nice. Okay, that one's almost up and running. We are at 60% here, which is alright. So we've got quite a few people registered as sick, but we still have a workforce of 2,000, so I'm not too worried. Maybe I should be focusing my efforts on expanding as much as I can. Doesn't seem as if I can go around this way yet, but maybe over here is a way to go. Yeah, let's go for this at the moment, and we'll expand over there when I need to. And I feel like I've probably got enough people to also go in this direction and pick up this area. Nice. We're just going to keep expanding as much as we can, break through as much as we can, as quickly as possible to get as bigger area as possible. So far, I am quite liking this, actually. So far, Frostpunk 2 is interesting. It's different, very different, but it does feel like I'm actually... I feel like I'm doing all right, and it's interesting enough to sort it out. Okay, we've now got the coal mines built and investigated, so we can go in here, go to extraction, and go to a blasting coal mine, which is going to go in here, and it's going to help us get our food up. We do need to get more houses. I feel like maybe if I focused on this, I could expand this one. I'm going to need more space, aren't I? Well, I can fit one in there. Feels like I can kind of dig in underneath here, which I wasn't expecting to be able to do. Some of these houses on top are not going to be looking after themselves particularly well. But we're almost there with our current set of missions. The first set of missions, scraping the barrel, we have now got our new coal mine, and it is about to be built right now. A place to settle differences, our new quest. With the new mine, the impending doom of depleting coal is postponed. Yet differences between communities remain. The weakening captain wanted to establish a council to settle them, but he didn't see it through. Forced you, steward. The people of New London want a say in how it's run. The first decision, whether you should continue to lead the city. Do I want to give them the choice for that? Wait, if there was a fire punk, that would be an interesting idea to completely, like, flip this around totally. That would be, maybe, I don't know how you do that, but probably would be some kind of global warming vibe thing where it's become too hot, so you have to kind of set up situations where it's all kind of working. That's currently still doing its expansion. I just need to build the council hall now. I think I should have space for it, right? If it's in Central District, the housing centre, that can go immediately in there. We're going to start building that, and we're going to get confidence vote. Because everyone should love my rules, because I've made the rules, and they are working. Here we go. The council gathers for the first time. We can now vote on new laws. Does that mean I have to vote for them? I'm hoping that I don't get involved. Anticipation fills the air as the council opens. The captain ruled with a firm hand for years, but those times died with him. Now the communities of the city want their say. The Faith Keepers are the only organised faction and have a strong opinion on everything. Of course they do. They are devoted to only what they claim was the late captain's vision. A godly society built on progress, equality, and tradition. So that makes sense. The New Londoners and Frostlanders clash over our survival strategy. They neither have a firm stance on their economic or social issues. Then there are those who view the Faith Keepers with contempt and their role in New London's history, but they keep to the shadows, for now. Based on your handling of the coal crisis, the first decision is whether you should maintain your role as steward. Okay, wish me luck, guys. I feel like I don't get a choice here. I think they just decide whether or not I stick around or not. Maybe I should have been a bit more focused on making sure they were happy rather than building houses right next to some coal mines, but you know what? It was efficient. We're going to see. These is everyone talking about me. Come on, guys. Fingers crossed for me. Fingers crossed. It may not actually work in at any situation at all. Sea-punk. Oh, that's an idea. I feel like there's mods for this game that could be very much opened. The council. When you return to the council in the future, you will be able to propose new laws to vote upon. But for now, a special vote needs to happen. The communities of New London have to accept you as their leader. Be careful. If you fail, this will be the end of your rule. How is this so early in the game that I'm already in a situation where people are going to be, like, so angry for me? Be careful, if you fail, this will end the game. Okay, pretty much. Thanks, Lexingtons, for saying you'd vote for me. Can you just please explain this to the 74 hesitant people it seems to be here? So, I should probably negotiate. Negotiate with delegates to try and influence the way they vote. This is a full-on situation. So the votes are delegating in 10 weeks. The votes are delegating, the delegates are voting in 10 weeks. And I am currently tolerated. Let us negotiate and see what happens here. Okay, New Londoners. There are 45 delegates, mostly hesitant. The Faith Keepers are 4, so I don't need to worry about getting the Faith Keepers on side, probably because I did some good stuff. We've got the New Londoners, who are 45% of the city, and the Frostlanders, who are also 45% of the city. I feel like I'm going to go for the... I went happy with the Frostlanders last time, but I feel like this time I should be able to focus more on the... I feel like I should help the Frostlanders because my initial decision was pro-New Londoners. So let's go for the Frostlanders. And my terms, they will vote for the next vote. And expedition report. Everyone must aid expeditions by helping them prepare for their journeys. Their terms. Survivalist headquarters. Base of operations where staff officers are... They want me to research this. They want me to publicly condemn this faction. I'm not going to do that. That seems questionable at the best of times. Exploration is... Territory threat level is decreased. Maybe I should go for this then. I'm going to go for this. Has anyone got any indications in the chat about whether or not you fully agree with this or you fully hate the idea I'm going for? But look at that. That is going to push up massively my votes for. And that's going to be enough to keep me going. So I feel like I need to accept this. But what do people say? An anime about Frostpunk. I actually don't know much anime. I should probably learn more about anime, but I've definitely... It's not the thing I've really learnt about. I do admit, Parliament isn't it... Like, the idea of a Parliament in Frostpunk 2. I'm really enjoying this idea that it's more... It's less just happiness, sadness in Frostpunk 2. It's much more there must be much more intrinsicities, if that is actually a word, about how to keep things happy and keep things moving. So overall, we can now go and accept this, I think. I'm going to go for it. We're going to accept and agree to their terms, which is going to be to research that thing. I feel like we could... If I go for an immediate vote now, I should be able to get through it, I think. This is my plan. 5 votes. Voting on confidence. We need 51 required. We got 55. We've got 65. We've got a lot of them. We've got 70. Nice. I feel like we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We've pushed forward and everyone is good. Oh, hey, Armin. Yes, cat is a good bet. I am a more of a dog person, as I think I've said before. But definitely. Let us see. I see. So that means 30 people didn't vote for me. So those 30 people should be rounded up and executed, right? Wait, what? I didn't say that. Steward, you shall remain then. Good, there are challenges ahead. Expanding coal extraction is a great success, but the vein will only last so long. We need to explore the Frostland for a permanent source of fuel. Otherwise, the city will have no future at all. That kind of makes sense. We need to find more fuel. We need to pause this for a second, build a logistics district in an old way station, and find a permanent source of fuel outside the city. And I need to research that straight away. Is this something I can research immediately? That could be something that's good. Don't know where it is, actually. Oh, there's a whole load of stuff here. There's a whole load of sections. Ah. So we're going to go for this as well. The Survivalists' Headquarters. Constructed in Logistics District. So that should be good. We can get ourselves over to one of those locations, get in a Logistics District, get this up and running. Exploration time is much shorter. Territory threat level is reduced. No point in not doing that. So we're going to go straight away and do that to make everybody happy. That's the main thing. We're now going to then focus ourselves on an old way station. So if I was to go to this, I should be able to see where an old way station would be. Oh, there is one right here, I'm guessing. This looks like what a way station would look like. So I might as well expand my way over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't quite get there. That's exposed to the wind. That is a stable crevice. That's worth going for. I should try and sort that out immediately. But right now we're heading over to this one and get this sorted out, because the other one is kind of elsewhere. That's our best way station immediately. Oh, is this area already cleared for us? I see. Currently losing a lot of food, so maybe I should just get a food district up and running. Food district over here, getting up and running is probably smart, so let's get that up and running. I didn't even think about food up to this point. Probably not a smart thing to have not thought about. But from now on, we can construct a hub. We have got some situations here which should be able to sort this out. So if I could go here, maybe? What does this do? Oh, that's a fuel stockpile hub. I want a food stockpile hub. That feels like it should be okay. Let's get that up and running. A good stockpile hub, a heating hub, additional heating tower, lowering heat demand in district neighborhoods. Ah, so I could sort this out, and I could even put one over there, but I don't think I need to just yet. I feel like if I was to go for a material stockpile, there is a spot somewhere here. If I was to go here and I want to expand this, actually, we're going to go to here. Oh, and by building them together, I get a better heat situation, which is also very good. I'm happy here. Frostpunk, not foodpunk, lol. Sorting all this out. Let us see how it all goes. Perfect. Let's see how this all works out. So we're now getting food on the go, which is probably something I should have thought about a long time ago. But I also do have the ability now to go over here. I feel like I should expand my efforts. Okay, first things first, the current target is to get over here and sort this out. So I'm going to build a little area over here to be safe, but I've also got enough movement, I think. I need more heat stamps. How do I get heat stamps? I've got enough heat stamps. We're going to use this opportunity to expand into this area. And then get this as well, maybe? I feel like that is a good thing, because then I can start to focus my efforts on expanding as much as we go. We're about to get colder, which is going to be a big issue for heat. I do need more houses as well. Maybe it's worth going over here and expanding over to here as well. Heat demand has increased, but we are about to do the thing to make the Frostlanders happier with us, which is important. Good. But now, first and foremost, we want to go for a logistics district, and we want it to be over here. We're going to build a nice logistics district on the side of here, which is very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Perfect. Perfect. We'll see how this all goes. Let us see how it all goes. Perfect. I'm afraid I'm going to have to disagree with you on quite a bit of that about Oxo. I don't agree with don't agree with your categorizations of some of those parties, as well as I don't agree with the Trump comment. But you know what? The bygones be bygones. So we're going to now that we've got that sorted out, we can then start to explore further out and see how all things go. And we'll see how it all goes. Very, very nice. I think we're coming up to about 10, actually. At 10 o'clock, I'm probably going to try and wrap things up. But we have now got our first exploration, as it seems. We're going to sort it out overall, and we're going to see how it all goes. What's this? This is probably our first opportunity. Makeshift shelters. Overpopulation and dwindling fuel reserves forced many residents of New London to take refuge in these temporary shelters built around a small hot spring. Its inhabitants wait for conditions to improve enough for them to return home. I was about to say, can I do this? Perfect. I want to get those people back. How many things do I have? It feels like I'm not quite understanding how this all goes. We do have a survivalists headquarters that we can put down there, which should hopefully increase our ability to expand and look into things. Which is very, very good. Nice. Perfect. Can we rename New London to something more fun? I don't know if we can, actually. Let's see if I can click at the top here. In the original game, if you were to do... Maybe if I was doing an endless mode, maybe we could rename it to something a bit more fun. We should... But that would be a slightly different vibe. Maybe I should... I'm just trying to work out what my plan is, because I need to get more food. I should try and go for more materials, I think. An extraction district over here. Like, that is a perfect extraction district. And then if I can go for a hub, I'm going to need more materials. I need more heat stamps. What are heat stamps? From population. Okay, we get more of them as we go on, which is interesting. What's this being said here? Very, very nice. What's different between this and the first game, though? The first game is massively different. Massively in that... In the first game, you mostly just build in individual buildings instead of districts. And in this vibe, we're also focusing a bit more of our time and effort on keeping a lot of different factions happier. Because in the first game, it's very, very easy eventually to keep people happy. But that's just because it's all about just doing things that are kind of trustworthy. Whereas in this, it's a lot more focused on other things. We shall see how this all goes. We're going to leave it there, and we're going to see how this moves on. So we need to find a permanent fort. So if I click here, I can go to the Frostland. What's this? Abandoned shelters. Okay, so we've now sorted that out. I should go to one of these locations. I don't think there's likely to be full-on elections in this game. It'll probably be a bit more just focused on my own decisions as to what policies are going forward up. And we'll see how it all goes. Let us see how it all goes. New London. I feel like we should go for possible findings. People. Possible finding. I mean, this seems to be make more sense. Why is there a thing here? I feel like it says that there's nothing in any of these situations. You want me to go for the right one, the foothills. This one does look better, and threat level is safe. And I feel like, you know what? Let's just go for it. We need some more materials. We're going to go for it. We're going to zoom back in on our entire situation and see how this all goes, which is very nice. And we can move ourselves in the right direction. Good. So we've now got a good situation here. I can't build any of this at the moment. I feel like my stamps... There we go. I should have enough now to build some stamps. So if I go for a material thing here, I feel like there is a good spot for it, because I'm going to get maximum efficiency from it, which should be good at keeping everybody happy. I do need houses. Thank you for pointing that out. I probably got more people, didn't I? I need more heat stamps. Can I do something here? I'm just currently getting stuck on the heat stamps vibe. What does this come from? Individual contributions. Unmet demands for goods. I'm hoping that this should hopefully fix this all up. How is this? Oh, it's because this has dropped too much. I see. 1,500 people live, more people live among us. Okay, it's because I really need to improve my efforts, don't I? I need to get another one of these up and running. I'm going to get this up and running, and then I'll focus on housing, because you're right, I do need housing next. Is that what those are? Housing? These come from people. I feel like because I'm mixing people. Okay, that's fair. We've got significant growth, but we need to get materials so that I'm not wasting materials on them. Good. We go here. We go for another expansion. I'm going to... Oh, no. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I want to pull back as much as I can here, because I want to get this area to be done, and then I can expand hopefully over there. That should be the plan. Food taxes, that makes more sense. This is like money. That's like gold almost, I'm thinking. So that's the vibe I'm going for. What's this saying? Feral children, no common rules. We shall see how it goes. Steward. 5 children are dead and dozens lay wounded after 2 large youth gangs met for what was called a rumble. Most children were armed with knives. The fighting escalated to a full-scale battle. As the parents of the deceased mourn, many insist these children should not have been left unattended. These children are the future, they must be attended. Family apprenticeships or mandatory school. Let's go for... I feel like I can make one of these, but it's up to you guys whether or not we go for family apprenticeships or mandatory schools. 5 children died at the rumble. That is not good news at all. I'm hoping that this should hopefully push us up. We also are running out of food. Maybe I should have been focusing on another food district as well, but I'd need to expand further out. Oh no, I actually do have this section here. We're going to sort this out. Good. Another one of those up and running, which should help us as well. And then I need to focus our efforts on as much as I can overall, which is very good. What's this saying? Looming cold. As the captain's authority weakened, different groups started pulling the city in their own direction. New London grew overcrowded. White House ruined expansion attempts, and now the coal is finally running out. Without heat and shelter, people will start freezing to death. Although the captain appointed you before passing, people are anxious. You're not up to the task. Prove them wrong. Cold has risen concern level. That makes sense. What's this saying? Apprentices, please. I don't really want to think about school. Very good point. Very good point. Very good point. I think that will be our next thing. Can I go for another idea? Not enough heat stamps to do anything. I feel like this is my big problem. Maybe I should have focused on heat stamps and how this all works. Ah. This has been my problem over here. There's a lot to learn in this game. I think I may have lost my opportunity here. Some people have frozen because I left this outside. 123. That does seem a lot more interesting, doesn't it? Has this been opened up? Interesting. An old observatory. What's this one say? This one is a rusted engine. Some cores. And this is some more... Future miners will surely appreciate a maintained trail. Ah, this is where I need to get the coal mine. Can I connect the trails? How do I do this? Can I just drag it back to the city? How does this work? I don't quite understand so far. I feel like I need to sort something out first here to make it all work up and running. So hopefully this should work. However, I think it's coming to the end of today's stream. I've done a lot. I feel like I've learnt quite a lot. But we are going to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching today, the guys who have tuned in. And I will hopefully try and fix this up. And I will be doing a few future missions and a few future episodes on this to try and get myself around it. Crime in the city has risen. Things are just going wrong. I'll probably start again in the video going forward. Thanks, Armin. And I will see you all next time. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. And I will see you soon. Ta-ra.